If you're considering Wharton, there is a good chance you've heard something like this. It's the best business school in the world. It's just a finance school. It's where all the smart quant kids go. There are elements of truth in all of these statements, but none of them really captures what Wharton feels like. So in this video, I want to help you answer a much more important question. Would you actually enjoy spending 2 years at Wharton? Welcome back to MBA Monday. I'm 𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐬, the founder of MBA Protocol, where we help humble overachievers get into M7 and top 15 programs, including Wharton, every year to pivot into careers they actually love. Wharton is an incredible accelerator of almost any career goal you have, but it's a particular kind of place. In this video, I'm going to help you get to know a little bit about the school, the aspects of the program that you might love or hate, then I'm going to introduce you to the basics of the Wharton admissions process. Let's dive in. First and foremost, Wharton is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it is part of the broader University of Pennsylvania campus. That means it's an Ivy League school. It is associated with a huge university with a ton of resources. And importantly, it is not in New York City. Philadelphia is a big, important, historic East Coast city like New York is, but it has a lower cost of living, moves at a slightly slower pace, and has significantly less industry directly adjacent to campus. My Wharton clients tell me that it actually creates a really nice balance. You're in a big city, but you're mostly at your MBA program. You've got all the culture, restaurants, sports, and professional opportunities you might want, but you're not paying Manhattan rent. Unlike Columbia, where students are scattered all throughout the city and deeply engaged in New York City life more generally, Wharton students tend to create a little bit more of an MBA bubble within the broader Philadelphia community. The MBA program enrolls roughly 850 students in each class, making it one of the largest MBA programs and therefore largest MBA alumni networks in the world. That size creates an interesting advantage. There are students coming from every industry, every geography, just about every background you can imagine. So whatever it is that you want to do, there's a very good chance that someone in your class has already done it. You're going to find collaborators, you're going to find classmates that become lifelong friends and contribute to your development in whatever career direction you plan to take. Academically, Wharton operates on the semester system, and the first-year curriculum is a combination of required core courses and electives. Unlike many top MBA programs, Wharton's curriculum allows significant flexibility relatively early on. We'll come back to that and why it's important. As for where students live, most live within walking distance of campus in neighborhoods like Rittenhouse Square, Fittler Square, Graduate Hospital, and University City. Apparently, you can find the best cheesesteaks in University City. Compared with schools like Harvard or Dartmouth, where everyone lives in a handful of apartment complexes or dorms, Wharton students are somewhat more spread out, but they remain highly connected through clubs, campus events, classes, and recruiting. Now let's talk about 3 things that make Wharton unique. These are characteristics that some students genuinely love and others genuinely dislike. Your reaction to these may tell you whether Wharton is the right fit for you. Love it or hate it, number 1, extreme academic freedom. While the Wharton curriculum is not quite as flexible as the Booth curriculum, it is among the most flexible curricula in the entire world of MBAs. It's probably one of the defining characteristics of Wharton. Many MBA programs have a highly prescribed curriculum, especially in your first year. Wharton doesn't. Students complete a core curriculum, but beyond that, there are very few requirements. There are hundreds of electives, 20 plus majors, cross-registration opportunities throughout the broader Penn campus, and a ton of study abroad opportunities. For some students, this is heaven. They can build exactly the MBA they want. Interested in entrepreneurship? Great. Private equity? Great. Healthcare? No problem. We even have a special dedicated MBA for that. Real estate? You got it. Product management, search funds. You can go incredibly deep in your chosen field. But here's the downside. Some students find this incredibly overwhelming. If you think about it, the Wharton curriculum is structured in almost the opposite way of the Columbia first-year curriculum. And these two schools are vastly considered peer schools. A lot of our clients are applying to both of them. Whereas the Columbia curriculum is controlled and crammed into the first semester, the Wharton curriculum has extreme freedom of choice. They're both finance-heavy Northeastern schools with connections to New York City, but academically, they are quite different. Columbia's philosophy is like, let's get through the fundamentals fast so you can get out there and start taking advantage of New York City. The curriculum will feel like acceleration. Wharton's philosophy is, let's build the analytical foundation while giving you freedom to customize. The curriculum feels more like optionality. So Wharton has two parts to the core. There's the fixed core, where every student who doesn't place out takes a shared set of classes in the fall, including leadership, marketing, macroeconomics, communication, and statistics. And you're going to take these with your assigned cohort. Then there's the flexible core. Unlike most programs, many core requirements can be completed in fall, spring, or even later. So this means that even in your first year, you can start taking major courses, specialized electives, and even cross-campus programs. And you can do this much earlier than you could at many peer programs. So again, to contrast it with Columbia, at Columbia, everyone feels like they're sprinting. At Wharton, everybody feels like they're building their own schedule. Two students sitting next to each other may have surprisingly different academic experiences. If you love optionality, you'll probably love Wharton. If you prefer structure and guidance, Wharton may not be the program for you. By the way, wherever you sit today, the linchpin in making sure that you're ready to embrace that optionality and to take the greatest advantage of the flexibility that the Wharton program offers is a solid career game plan. Meaning, you know your long-term vision, you know your post-MBA goal, and you've done a lot of research to understand the aspects of the Wharton curriculum, on-campus life, clubs, and extracurricular activities that are going to help you build towards the future you're aiming for. We do this work deeply with all of our clients in the process of preparing their MBA applications, and then again, after they get in our YOMO, You Only MBA Once, pre-MBA recruitment training program. If you're starting your MBA this fall in 2026, consider joining the YOMO program right now so that you can prepare for recruiting and get ready to make the most of Wharton. You can check it out at mbaprotocol.com/YOMO. And if you're applying this year for entry a year from now, then consider talking to us about how career coaching is woven into the fabric of all of our admissions coaching services. You can request a call right here to talk directly with me or a member of the team about your goals and how we can help you achieve them through a Wharton MBA, among others. Love it or hate it, number 2, a culture of achievement. If you read between the lines, you can kind of already feel there's a little bit of a hustle vibe in there. Wharton attracts high performers. A lot of high performers. Walk into any classroom and you're going to find people who have started companies, managed huge teams and huge budgets, worked in private equity, built products at major tech firms, served in high-ranking positions in the military, worked internationally. I could go on and on and on. Your peers are going to be some of the best and brightest of your generation. The talent level is high. Many students find this highly energizing. They're surrounded by ambitious people who push them to think bigger. And indeed, in my experience, this aspect of the MBA program is one of the most life-changing. That said, it can be incredibly intimidating. Some clients attending Wharton have gotten a bit fatigued by the constant culture of comparison that they found themselves in at Wharton. The reality is both experiences can happen. Wharton is full of impressive people. If you want to go there, expect your imposter syndrome to be activated at some point. If you're ready to push through it, then Wharton might be the place for you. On the other hand, if you're worried that's going to stress you out and ruin the 2 years of your MBA, consider a different school. Love it or hate it, number 3, the undifferentiated design your own adventure experience. This is a bit related to the curriculum, but it goes deeper than that. Ask students what makes Tuck unique, you'll hear community. What makes Stanford unique? You'll hear transformation. What makes Yale unique? You'll hear mission-driven leadership. There's a convergence of experience among all the students under the umbrella of what the school's brand and culture and community are known for. If you ask students what makes Wharton unique, they'll say, you can do almost anything? That's powerful, but it can feel less emotionally distinctive than programs who are differentiated around a specific aspect of the program or the culture or the community or the benefits that you're going to receive from that MBA program. Wharton doesn't have one dominant identity or brand. At some schools, nearly everyone shares a common experience, and they can encapsulate what their program is about in one short sentence. At Wharton, any two students can have remarkably different MBA journeys. One student might spend 2 years immersed in entrepreneurship. Another might go deep entirely on financial investing. This creates tremendous opportunity, but it also means that Wharton can feel less curated than other schools. The school isn't going to tell you who to become. Instead, it's going to give you the resources and expect you to figure that out. Some students love that. Others wish for more common ground and a more shared common experience from their MBA. It's the difference between feeling like you're part of a cohesive global community and feeling like you're one of many having your own private experience in a huge global marketplace. If the latter sounds okay to you, then Wharton is a great option. I'm guessing that most of you listening to this video are thinking, that all sounds amazing. I'm really excited to apply to Wharton. If not only because its reputation precedes it as being one of the greatest global MBA programs. So let's talk about the application. Like most top MBA programs, you're gonna have 2 recommendations, ideally one coming from a direct supervisor. And the admissions committee here is looking for evidence of leadership, collaboration, impact, and a growth mindset. The strongest recommendations are gonna include specific examples where you demonstrated these qualities and not just a description of these qualities themselves. The Wharton essays are deceptively simple, but they have a lot of implications for how you need to think about the other components of your entire application, which is the subject of my very next video. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, head down and hit that button so that you're here when I elaborate on how to tackle this year's Wharton essays. Where Wharton really differentiates itself from the field of M7 programs is in the interview process. Interviews happen by invitation only, and they are not in any way an interview like any interview you've ever had before. They are a team-based discussion in a small, most likely Zoom room full of 5 other applicants. You are going to discuss a topic, come to a conclusion, and present your findings to the committee. You're being evaluated in a group. It's not an interview. It's not about you. There's no walk me through your resume. It's a chance for you to show them how you collaborate and what kind of a classmate you're actually going to be. This has huge implications for how you need to approach the team-based discussion, a topic for its own video right after the essay video. So again, subscribe, you're not gonna wanna miss it. So let's sum it up. Who tends to thrive at Wharton? People who are curious, ambitious, self-directed, people who get excited by having choices, people who wanna get access to world-class resources and are prepared to chart their own path. Who's gonna struggle? People who want a highly structured experience, who prefer a small and intimate community, who want the school to tell them exactly what their MBA should be and what courses they should take, people who aren't prepared to make their path through an incredibly crowded field of ambitious peers and world-class resources. If I had to summarize Wharton in one sentence, I'd say Wharton is the MBA for people who want extraordinary resources, extraordinary peers, and the freedom to design an MBA experience that is uniquely theirs. The best way to begin designing an MBA experience that's uniquely yours is to go through the discovery process and uncover your unique strengths and your unique values so that you can build a career game plan that will resonate with Wharton and set you up for success once you get to campus. This is part of all of our MBA Guided Quest coaching packages. Request a call with me at mbaprotocol.com/MBA if you'd like to talk to us about how we can help you apply to Wharton. Wharton is such an important program that before I even jump into the essays or jump into the team-based discussion, I've got a whole video about Wharton admissions strategy, how the program works, what they're evaluating, and how you need to think about building your application. That's coming up in the very next video. I'll see you next time. If you missed my introduction to Columbia Business School and this comparison made no sense to you, check out this video right here.